Hi, Melanie. How are you?
I'm good, Melissa. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. How's your week been?
So far, so good. It's kind of strange how normal these Zoom meetings are becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
new normal.
Technology has taken over our way of connection with others. Hey?
Yeah, really. But it's so nice to be able to connect with people and see the people that I'm meeting with. It helps to not feel so isolated for sure.
Isn't that true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How has
Yeah.
your week been?
Not too bad. I have been finding though, we're on our day 46 of the self-isolation protocol that Cass uh, initiated. It was 46 days ago.
Wow.
And I'm finding that as the days go by, it's getting a little tougher for me, not easier,
Mhm.
as I'm staring at the same four walls all the
Yeah.
time, wishing that I could connect with people face to face.
Mhm.
That energy that you share when you're in the same room together is
Yeah.
very precious to me. Um, and so I've actually had to use self-compassion a few times this week to just be able to acknowledge what I'm feeling,
Absolutely.
to remember that we're all going through the same thing, and then to just wish myself a little bit of strength and patience and courage through it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This past week too, I will certainly say that there were times where I was putting the self-compassion into practice and just pausing in the moment and grounding myself and giving myself that compassion and little pep talk
Yeah.
and moving forward for sure.
Yeah, it's for me, it's just so powerful, taking that few moments to do that, and it just makes such a big difference for me.
Absolutely. And
Yeah. So hopefully, everybody who watched the video has also been able to practice it a few times this past week.
yeah, absolutely. And also a neat feature with these videos, if people have put some of Melanie's exercises into practice, you can comment and tell us what you have tried and let us know how it's going.
Absolutely. And so, if people want to comment on how well it's going or even the struggles that they're having with it, we all share in those struggles. And then it could also give us some feedback for the videos that come in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
So, what does this week look like? What do you have for us this week?
Well, today I thought we could talk about taking control where we can take control. Because I think that in all of this pandemic, this health crisis, this self isolation protocol, a lot of us are feeling out of control. So
Mhm.
much of what we used to control has been taken away from us.
Yeah.
Our schedule, our freedoms, who we see and when we see them. We are no longer in control of any of that. We're being told what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
And we can.
Yep. So, you know, it can be easy to get lost in the overwhelming sense of either fear because we're not able to control those things anymore. Some of us may react with feelings of depression or sadness, like I don't even know how to cope in this kind of world anymore. I just feel so helpless.
Yeah.
Some of us may react with anger and feeling like, I don't give a care. I'm just going to go and do what I want to do. I'm going to take control, darn it, because this doesn't feel comfortable for me.
Mhm.
But there is a way to get through these times when we lack like the control that we're used to having. And that is by taking control of what we can control. So in our everyday, there's lots of things that we still have control over, and we need
Mhm.
to just take a moment to really look for those things.
Absolutely.
Like we have control over eating healthy, which is an important part of staying healthy in this time of coronavirus and contagiousness.
Absolutely.
We may not have the ability or the control to see each other face to face. I may not, an unhealthy way of taking control would be me saying, I'm going out, I'm going to meet with my friends, I don't care what they say. But the
Mhm.
problem with that is that I open myself up to getting sick. I open my friend up to getting sick, and I open myself up to that possibility of even getting $1,000 fine.
Yeah, no kidding.
So rather than that, I can take control in a safer way, which is I'm going to connect with my friend over Zoom or
Hmm.
by phone, or I'm going to tell them to meet me at a game and we're going to do that discussion while we're gaming together.
Absolutely. Something that's coming to mind for me in thinking of the things that um, the control has been taken away, but what do we still have control over? And for me, it's really the grocery store. So when I go to the grocery store, I think of all of the things because it feels so foreign right now,
Yes.
and scary. And so I know that I can wash my hands and make sure that I am clean and feeling well, and um, wearing a mask going into the store and things like that. And when I get home, cleaning my things before I'm eating them or bringing them into my home. But I still don't have control over what all of the other people are doing that are coming into the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can't control those things.
Yeah,
And so somehow we have to hold on to what we can control and just let the rest of it fade away. Just
yeah,
let it. Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Because it's
yeah,
important for me to have that outing of going to the grocery store for obvious reasons. And if I didn't do that, I think that I would be that wouldn't serve me well either. So
yeah, that's right. So you're taking a controlled risk. You're following the rules. You're doing whatever you can within your power to stay healthy,
mhm.
also knowing that there are risks out there, but you're taking control of what you can and feeling confident and competent and peaceful about that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's amazing. That's what it's all about. Yeah. The other part of taking control of what you can is taking control of your thoughts. And our thoughts, many of us think that our thoughts are facts, that
Hmm.
they are the right thing to think. They're absolutely, you can't challenge your thoughts because that's the truth.
Right.
And in fact, that's not the truth. Our thoughts are based on our experiences and what we've been told about ourselves and about the world as we grew up. So
Yeah.
some of those thoughts and beliefs are not fact at all. In fact, they're all almost more hurtful than helpful.
Right.
And so taking a moment to really identify what thoughts you're having about this coronavirus. And a lot of times, you know what? It comes out as the what if? What if I get really sick? What if
Yeah.
I die?
Yeah.
Or what if this coronavirus and not being able to work because I've been laid off makes it so that I can't pay my mortgage or I can't pay my rent and I lose my house?
Hmm.
Those kind of thoughts can just cause us to get into this snowball of overwhelming anxiety, fear, depression,
Hmm.
and anger, to name just a few.
Yeah. It's such a downward spiral to start going down that thought path.
That's right. Yeah. Now, we don't know, nobody knows. Nobody
Mm.
knows what's in store for us in the next few weeks, months, or years. And so when we don't have evidence to say that absolutely that negative thing is going to happen,
Hmm.
then we might as well replace our what if negative with a what if positive,
Right.
because it's just as likely that maybe when this is all said and done, that business will boom because everybody will be out and about wanting to, go to the movie theaters, go to the
Yeah.
restaurant, go to the library. And so we will get our job back, and actually we may even get more hours.
Yeah. Or a better position or
Yep,
something like that. Yeah. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So practicing the what if positive, looking on the other side of it, that's also called reframing, is a
Hmm.
very healthy coping strategy that is available to any of us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Another thing I would really suggest people do when they're feeling out of control, feeling like, I don't even know what to do anymore, is to try to do one thing every day that makes you feel successful. That might be, completing a project that you
Mm-hmm.
had on your mind for weeks or months and never got to before this.
Yeah.
It might be doing something that you're really good at, like painting or building something, solving a
Mm-hmm.
puzzle, something that you can put your talents and your strengths to work with and feel successful and proud at the end of it. Again, that's a way of taking control of what you have control over.
Absolutely. Something that I have found helpful, to not let the days get away from me and to have that sense of accomplishment is, having a little to-do list of the tasks that I want to do, so that
Yeah,
even though I'm at home again every day, it's like I can cross off the things that I am doing. And so at the end of the day, then I have that sense of accomplishment of the things that I did. And even if it's just cleaning out a closet or emptying the dishwasher
yeah,
or whatever the case may be, but just having that sense of achievement and accomplishment within the day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'd really caution people against making a big project every day.
Mhm.
Like you said, Melissa, sometimes getting the dishwasher emptied is a main accomplishment for today, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
Other days, it might be, washing, I don't know, washing my windows or doing something bigger like mowing the lawn
Yeah.
or even, doing a 1,000-piece puzzle or something. Those are
Yeah.
bigger tasks. And you can't expect yourself to do that big project every day.
Right. Exactly.
So whatever you're able to do, that's what you do on that day, and be proud and know how successful you are for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
then the last strategy that I would really encourage people to do is to really think about all the ways in which you've already succeeded. So even before this coronavirus, we've had troubles, we've had struggles. All of us as humans go through it all the time. Maybe you remember being bullied in elementary school. If you remember, maybe moving to a town and being alone and isolated because you didn't know anybody in that new
Hmm.
town. Or maybe, losing a pet, or, any other kind of struggle that you've been through.
If you've
Think,
been laid off before.
yes, if you've lost a job before, if you've come to the end of the month and had no more money to spare for groceries and you've had to really scrape by for a couple of weeks, remember those times and think
Yeah.
about the strategies, the resources, the strengths that you use to get through that.
Hmm.
Maybe some of those strengths and resources could be handy for you right now.
Yeah.
And take comfort in the fact that you got through those times. You'll get through this one too.
Absolutely. That's such a positive reflection.
Yeah. This feels a lot different because nobody has ever gone through a worldwide pandemic like this before.
Yeah.
But the struggle, the feelings that we have are very similar to all other struggles that we have had in our life. The feelings of fear or worry or anger. We've had that with other struggles. And
Hmm.
so it's just getting through that part of it will get us through the coronavirus.
Yeah. Good insight.
Yeah. So I thought for our mindfulness today, we could do a mindfulness that incorporates um, what we have control over,
Okay.
imagery, which is nice because we can take a mental vacation to a place that's outside of our house without actually leaving our house.
Yes.
And a way, something, it teaches us a way to handle our thoughts without getting too wrapped up in them and making as if they're facts.
Okay.
This this mindfulness is called Leaves on a Stream, and we might have done it in our groups before, so people might remember it. It's quite a popular one.
Okay.
So I'll get people to start by just getting comfortable, whether they're laying down or sitting on a chair, just getting comfortable wherever you are. Feet on the floor to allow for that stability and grounding into the floor, knowing that you're here in this moment, in this present environment. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open and gently rest them on something just in front of you that isn't going to distract you and it isn't going to move. We'll be here for about 7-8 minutes or so, maybe. And I'm just going to ask people to start by focusing on their breath. The breath is the one thing we control, yet we need not control. And so don't control your breath. Just notice how it automatically moves inside of your body. So just noticing the breath as it comes in through your nose or your mouth, down through your throat, filling up your belly. And then noticing how your breath moves out from your belly, up through your throat, and again out your nose or your mouth. Just breathing in and out. Noticing your own natural rhythm as your body moves to the rhythm of the breath. You may notice whether your breath feels warm or cool as it enters your body, and whether that's different when it leaves your body. Notice whether it feels smooth or rough, whether it feels relaxed or forced. Whatever it is, you notice that without judgment, just noticing it as it is in this moment, from moment to moment. And as you continue to focus on your breath, I'll also ask you to imagine yourself in a forest. Imagine that you are walking in a forest or sitting on the grass, maybe even lying on the grass. And take a look around you. Notice what you see. The beautiful big trees with beautiful green leaves flapping ever so gently in the wind and the breeze. Noticing the brown of the trunk, noticing the green of the grass that surrounds the trunk of the tree. Maybe noticing some flowers or weeds or shrubs that are growing inside of that grass. Looking up into the sky, notice that beautiful blue color of the sky. There may be some white puffy clouds or not. You may see the yellow glow of the sun bouncing off the leaves and the grass and making its way to your skin on your face. And now you might want to feel that sun as the rays soak through into your skin and warm your whole body. You might want to feel the grass underneath your hands, how it's a bit prickly at the tops, maybe a little moist from the dew of the night before, but soft as you really move your hands through the grass. The ground beneath you, beneath your feet, your buttocks or your back, may be a bit cool, or it may have been warmed by the sun already. Whatever that sensation is, acknowledging it, accepting it as it is. Now notice what you hear. There could be birds singing in the distance. You could hear the wind flapping through the leaves. You might hear the sound of a stream trickling water in the distance. You may even hear the sound of your own breath. Soak up all of these sounds and sights and feels, allowing them to become a part of you without judgment, noticing how they change from moment to moment in your current awareness. Imagine that you're noticing more and more that there's a stream nearby, close enough that you can see it, and you can hear the water as it's moving downstream and away from you. I want you to imagine that you see leaves floating on the top of that water. Notice the color. Are they brown and red like autumn? Or are they green, a brilliant green like summer? Whatever the colors, just notice how the leaves move downstream farther and farther until you can't see them anymore. Notice how they gently glide, just allowing the water to move them as it will. Probably throughout this practice, you've had thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations that have come to mind for you. And I want you now to pay attention to those thoughts, feelings, physical sensations. You might even label them like, oh, there's anxiety, or there's planning, or there's a pinch in my back. Whatever it is, I want you to just acknowledge it, label it, accept it as it is without judgment. And then imagine being able to place that thought or that feeling that you're having onto a leaf in the stream, placing it oh so gently on top of the leaf, and then watching as the leaf takes that thought or feeling across the water, farther and farther away from you. It doesn't matter where it goes. It's going where the leaf and the water lead. This is a gentle way of making distance between yourself and your thoughts. And you might find that some thoughts or some feelings, some physical sensations won't get on the leaf. When you imagine placing it on the leaf, it won't stick, or it won't go. Or once on the leaf won't travel. And that's okay. Just accept it as it is without judgment and continue to try again. Try again and see if that thought, that feeling, that physical sensation will move with that leaf across the water. You can do this over and over and over again for as long as you have the thoughts, the feelings, and the physical sensations. And if you don't have any of those, then just return to either your breath or to the vision and the feels of the forest. Continue to explore the forest in all its splendor in your mind's eye. And know that even when we finish this practice today, you can come back to this forest anytime. This is your place. It's your safe space where you can just relax and you can just let go of all the thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations of the day. It is available for you anytime. And so as we get ready to leave this place, I'll invite you to start thinking more and more, paying more and more attention to the sounds around you in the room that you're in. You may even want to start moving whatever way feels comfortable, your hands, your fingers, your shoulders. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes and return back to this video. How was that, Melissa?
Lovely. It's funny that you mentioned at the end of that having the forest available to you to go back to, because the forest in my mind's eye is one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you prefer a forest or a beach?
Honestly, it depends, because when I step into a mindfulness exercise or a meditation, and if I'm not guided on where to go, I have two places that I go to, and I either go to the beach or I go into a forest, and there's a stream by the forest.
Yeah.
Forest, yeah. And it's always to my left.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
You know, water is very comforting. It's very therapeutic in a number of ways. And even imagining it and its touch and its sound can be calming.
The way that you describe touching the grass and like the pricklies on your fingers.
Yeah.
That's so well.
Lovely. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm hoping that lots of the folks who view this video can pause, rewind, and replay and replay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Keep making the forest a part of your everyday within these four walls.
Yeah, no kidding. And everybody's forest can look different too.
Yep,
Yep,
absolutely. Yeah, that's the beauty of
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Melanie.
Yeah, you're welcome, Melissa. I'll see you again next time.
You got it. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.